Hello.
Hi.
Oh boy, this is going to be so much fun. All right, we're doing something different, obviously.
Yes.
I have a guest. I have a fantastic guest. My friend Aisha of the Girlfriend Manifesto, Aisha Ophelia, came to visit me.
Yay.
Yes, and we've been having so much fun. And I said, let's do the weekly Oracle card reading together. Now, Aisha has her own Oracle card deck, so she is an Oracle in all her own right, and she forgot hers.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's the first time in 5 years I haven't brought cards with me because I was coming to visit the Oracle, and there's Oracle cards everywhere. So
This is true. This is true. Next time you're bringing your own cards too, because I love her cards and we can mix them up. So anyhow, we are going to do the reading for the week, and what we're going to do is we're going to work off of Spirit Animal, okay? And we're going to take 4 cards from Spirit Animal. We're both going to tell a story, right? I'll start, you can add, etc. And then we're going to pick 2 cards from Crystal Spirits, and then we'll see how we feel. We might pick a rune, right? We're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. So we've been shuffling them like crazy. So you pick 2, I'll pick 2. And remember that what we're looking for is the highest good for everybody this week. So it's the collective. So we want to see what's going on in the collective and what do we all need to focus on to stay in alignment with their highest good.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Cool.
I feel called here and here.
Okay.
Ah.
Awesome sauce. Oh, that's us. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna go here. Okay, so I picked Rhino Spirit and Crow Spirit.
Crow.
Oh, this is such a great story. Okay, so let's put them down and talk.
Okay.
All right, so let's just use the key words because what I wanted to do with this particular Oracle deck, because I write so much in the booklets, right?
Yeah.
It's like Cecil B. DeMille epic in there. But I really believe that, if you really want to learn how to do the cards, you should read the guidebook. But for people who just really wanted a touch of it, we put just little sentences like time to collaborate, be at home, overcome any obstacle, co-create with spirit.
Yeah.
So if we were all to focus on this was the first card you picked, right? Be at home?
Yes, be at home.
Okay, so we're going to switch them. All right, so this is what we call an anchor card, right? The first card anchors us so that we have a 360-degree view of our lives.
Yeah.
So if this is being at home, what does that mean to you, if you were to say that for everybody?
Well, I think that I've been invited into your home, and so I felt like just such a treasured guest, and I feel like it translates into that feeling of being at home in your body, which we've talked a lot about. So that the safety starts here, and then that's something that we feel out in the world.
Oh, I love that. I know we had a long conversation about that, and I'm actually laughing because I'm sitting on 2 pillows because I'm so short. But we really talked about, I'm going to talk about how I always hold my stomach in.
Yeah.
Right? And because I wasn't at home in my body and I didn't feel safe in my body, and I felt that if I had to look a certain way, then, I would be somehow okay or protected. And then learning to really accept oneself, in these ways of whatever that is, especially physically, because we all inhabit our bodies.
Exactly.
Right? Like we were talking about just feeling safe and what that means and how we can relax in our bodies. And I think as women, well, maybe it's not all women, but I certainly felt growing up and, and coming into my 20s and even now that I have to be really aware that I might be guarding.
Yeah.
Right?
And your body's the perfect vehicle to let you know how you're feeling.
I know. And then if you're constantly on patrol, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You don't really get to know how you're really feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you don't know, am I safe? Am I good? Or whatever. So I think being at home in who we are too is Wombat Spirit, because to be at home is to recognize that we are exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Can we be at home anywhere in the world? Right? Like I know I have trouble if the environment isn't comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? Like I am not a camping girl. Like I'll just be honest. I'll be honest.
We just talked about that. We can take it in small doses.
Yes, we can take that. We were talking about the Appalachian Trail because Aisha comes from Chattanooga. Apparently, you have the biggest internet in the world?
The fastest.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they call us Gig City, but I don't know if it's true.
Oh, my God. That's so good. We have the slowest where I live. Anyway, I should come hang out with you more.
I love this one.
Yes, let's go. Let's move on to Ant Spirit. Okay, so we have Wombat Spirit. We're all learning about how to be at home in our skin, wherever we are. And this card tells us more about that. So it says time to collaborate.
Yeah.
Right? So when we look at the Ant Spirit card as a collaborative card, not only are we collaborating with one another, because it reminds us that we're one of many, that we can't do our lives in a vacuum, right? But also, if we're at home in our skin and we're really at home in who we are, what we bring to the collaboration is very different.
That's true.
Than if we come in a false representation.
Yeah.
Right?
I just got this picture that we can bring our full selves forward, if we're not hiding.
Yeah, if we're not hiding,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about that too. Like, we also talked about we've been doing all this conspiracy stuff too, thinking about like, wow, like we watched this movie. What was it called? The Great Hack or something, and talking about psyops, like how we're all trained to be divisive right now, like how they're using all these different movements to divide us. Whoever they are, I still don't know who the they parts are, but I'm afraid to ask. But it doesn't. So, but we can see it. So we can't collaborate if we're looking for a reason to be divided, right?
Exactly.
So it's sometimes hard because we come to the table with stories, our histories, our ancestry, our cultures, and then we want to collaborate. So we have to come with a mutual respect and a desire to find some middle ground.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the best creativity. Like, well, yeah, go ahead.
I just love how it's number one too.
Yeah.
It's like the start of a cycle once we can learn to collaborate and work with each other.
Yeah. And that is accidental, just so you know, because I usually don't do my oracle cards in alphabetical order, but people kept saying, well, why did you put those cards first? In Wisdom of the Oracle, they're all over the map. And that's because they told me who they were. And this time I decided, okay, we're going to go alphabetically. But then weirdly, if you look at them and you look at the numerology on them, they are very strange that they actually do mean, they have a secondary implication with the numerology, even though they're alphabetical.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's so interesting. I was fascinated by that. Like, here's a really good one. Let's go to the next one. Rhino Spirit, which is overcome any obstacle. So 5 in numerology is the chaos card, right? It's creative change and chaos. Yeah. So isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Like, because the obstacles that all of us face right now are hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
Right? They really are. They're a cultural miasma. Right?
Good word.
It is a good word. I love words. And I love that you love words. I know.
That's like one for the record.
What?
I'll write that down.
Miasma. What does miasma mean? So it's like a virus or like a big blob that affects all of us with little tentacles. So if you imagine that the obstacle is in our perception and our perspective.
Yeah.
It's in us. So it's not external to us. So if we change our perception and perspective, which is exactly what this card is about, right? So it's all about that sense of not resisting what is there and instead working with it, understanding it, and then discerning the choice. Like sometimes you can move around an obstacle. Other times you can bury underneath the obstacle. You can fly above the obstacle.
Exactly.
You can meet it where it is.
And it's knowing that we have all the tools to be able to overcome obstacles and not always looking at obstacles as like a bad thing or I've done something wrong, and really looking at it and being able to extract its wisdom from each step of, the journey and overcoming. It's like knowing we can is why we do.
That's so wise. Yeah. Knowing we can is why we do. Right. But we don't always know that we can. I think that's the thing. Like I didn't know that I could. If an obstacle was there, I thought that was annihilation. Like it was that I had done something wrong or whatever it means. Like, well, that's bad. Because that's how you're conditioned. And you have to unlearn certain things, which we have. You and I both have. But we both know that this and that is true. And because we can, we do. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Now, this is one of my favorite cards. That and Vulture Spirit is my favorite cards. Yeah. Crow Spirit. We kept seeing big, giant vultures. There was one big, it must have been 10 feet.
Yeah, huge.
Huge. And it reminds us that nothing is wasted, right? So the actual bird came and visited us this morning when we were having tea. So Crow Spirit is co-create with Spirit. Yeah. Tell me what you feel about that. For everybody.
Well, I've been jokingly saying that we've been in the kitchen just like cooking up creativity and what did I say?
We're in the prosperity
kitchen.
We're cooking up some magic in the prosperity kitchen with Auntie Colette.
Yeah, so I mean our conversation has been very focused on this co-creation that happens, when we collaborate and also with Spirit.
Yeah, totally. And I think too, co-create with Spirit reminds us that the invisible is our friend.
Yeah.
Right? That we isn't just us and other people that, because when you just rely on other people and you phone them and they don't have the answer, like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I do this? What am I supposed to do? But instead of saying, okay, Spirit, tell me, maybe the how isn't my business. Maybe my part in that is like, was it Joseph Campbell said, you take one step towards the gods, and he used the plural gods because it was Greek. If you take one step towards the gods, they will take 10 towards you.
Yeah.
So it's trusting the relationship. Crow is also divine law, right? So the law of reciprocity, the law of attraction, the law of manifestation, so that we know that there are universal laws, divine laws that work in our lives. And they are all in co-creation with Spirit. So if we don't like what we've created or what's in front of us, we can't say it happened at us.
Yeah, that's true. And is this another way of saying, like, you reap what you sow? Like, what you put in, it's going to come back?
In some way, yeah. Well, if you look at the law of reciprocity, that's exactly what that is, right? You reap what you sow. But it's also the value of, if you look at reap and sow, which is to do with land or earth, what's the quality of the earth? Right? Like, that's what you're asking yourself. What quality of
that's
earth?
True.
Right? The quality
Where
of
are you planting your seed? Is it dry, arid desert?
That's
or have
right.
you been tilling the soil and participating?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, many of us are being told right now, I think, that the world is happening at us and to us, not for us.
Yeah.
Right? And that's very hard to believe that we have any potentiality or possibility in directing things, especially when, all of this stuff, these very divisive things are going on around the world, because the world is going through a big change right now. So that's the thing. We have to remember that may be true, but this is also true.
Yeah.
That is a function of the collective. Like, we can't say that we don't have a part in that, because that's the pus that had to reach the boil that has to burst. That's be true. It's like toxic stuff that exists in all of us. It's in us. It's in society. It's in the world. And so how do we get to that place of a greater egalitarian life and equilibrium, which is the whole age of Aquarius? It's supposed to bring that.
Yeah.
But before that, all the shadow has to come. But you can't just say, oh, that's all there is, because there isn't. That is going on, yes, but within that umbrella, you still can be co-creative.
Exactly.
Right?
There's still opportunities for sovereignty and being able to create and collaborate, all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about sovereignty, because that relates to wombat spirit too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that I define that is my ability to be who I am in the moment, understand myself, seek more, and to really, like, the word agency kept coming into my mind, to have the agency, the ability to understand that I am co-creating with Spirit and that I'm not a victim of my life, or that I can overcome any obstacle and I can collaborate with amazing people that I never thought I could, but here I am. We all have this power, and it really does start with that feeling of feeling at home in our bodies.
So I want to go back to the word agency, because I think that's for everybody this week. It's really an important thing to think about. I love the word agency. I immediately go to agent. And if we are the agent of Spirit, then Spirit works through us.
Yeah.
We are the emissary
That's true.
of the divine. And so we are here in service to the divine, not in service to the small self.
Yeah.
Right? But we need that small self, that egoic mind. If we're at home in it, right, then if we're not at home, it's gonna edge God out. If we're at home, it's gonna ease God's order.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
I like
right?
that.
I know, this is very cool. Okay, let's move on and pick some. Do you want to pick from this deck?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good.
then maybe a rune.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's do that. I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are too. We're gonna do 2 more cards, and that's gonna give us more information about this week.
Okay. I'm going to do the bottom card.
Okay?
Diamond.
Ooh, diamond.
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And the top card.
Green aventurine. Okay,
Ooh,
perfect. Okay, so remember how diamonds are created. They're from coal and from trees when you think about it. And they're the result of time and pressure. And time and pressure creates these diamonds, which we mine. And so we are reminded that our life experience is not always happy, joyous, and free. That in fact, on the other side of our time and pressure is great treasure and great value. So you read it from there. And
I love it. Can I read the part
Yes, read whatever
that
you
stuck
comes,
out to me
sure.
automatically? Well, just the idea of time and pressure combined. Sometimes we try to avoid pressure because of how it feels uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but these two things together create alchemy. So this is what I thought was interesting. Diamond spirit has happened to let you know that this is a moment to wield your power mindfully. You have earned wisdom over time as you have suffered much in your life and now are in a place of maturity and understanding. Avoid being reactive, for there is strength in quiet, loving gestures such as the willingness to listen or say, "I'm so sorry that you are in this situation." Often it is in these gentle actions that the most power can be held.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, when you read that, when we take out a section of the guidebook, right, it changes the temperature, really. And what I got out of that is that although the diamond, the path of time and pressure, enables us to be more compassionate, right? It asks us to be. Since we've done that, then we know that we have to be that for others.
Yeah, and it's such a time where it seems like that's lacking. And so that's the part that really stood out to me, because it just made me feel like, okay, it does matter how you treat people. It does matter if you're kind and you go the extra mile. So yeah, I thought that was great.
Okay, let's look at green aventurine. That's number 25.
Okay, so this is about luck, good fortune, potentiality, possibility, and new adventures. And immediately I'm kind of on the adventure of a lifetime right now. I'm visiting my Auntie Colette.
Yes.
I'm learning so much and doing something that I love, which is writing. And so green adventurine is it's welcoming us. So it says, possibilities for experiences your soul craves are everywhere, offering new opportunities to help you find your purpose. The gate to the field of infinite potential is always open, for the conscious universe wants you to enjoy the bounty that exists in the realm of possibility and bring it into form through the power of co-creation.
Yay.
Yeah.
That is great. Well, I always look at that immediately when I see aventurine, I think adventure, right? It's in green, it's healing, it's exciting, it's lucky, it's fortunate. And I think that if we do these things, recognize that we're in partnership and collaboration, know that we can overcome any obstacle, know that if we can be at home in our own skin, in our own truth, our own values, our own virtues, right? Yeah. Then this is worth it. And then, wow, look what we get. And it's not I'm going to do this and get that. It's more like the adventure is the fortune, right? The adventure. This is the serendipity card in Wisdom of the Oracle. That card corresponds to that. Do you want to pull a rune?
Yes.
Okay. This is my favorite rune stones. I actually want to get some new ones made. These are birch. I've had them for ever. So you put your hand in there and get it. Okay, now again, think about the collective, all of us who are watching this video.
Let's see.
Oh, flow. So this is a rune of flow, of going with the flow, of being in the flow, of seeing ourselves as in a movement. It's never ending. It's a constant, soft, gentle movement forward. And that's even in the more harsher environments.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be hard. It's our responses and reactions to things.
And our expectations.
Oh.
To a great degree.
Bingo. Okay, so let's go back to expectations for this week, and where do we get expectations from? So this is really good that you brought that up. So if you look at the co-create with spirit, right, we can cope. The obstacle can also be our expectation. Yeah. Right? That if we are...
things aren't going to go right.
That's right. And I've done that.
And we all do that.
I hate admitting it. I have so done that. It's especially if I'm afraid of the outcome, I'm oh, it's going to be bad. Yeah. Because it always has been. But what if it isn't? Not all relationships and not all situations, not all, circumstances are going to be disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's if you open yourself to the potentiality of the universe, only miracles can come, they can. Yeah. And if you are deciding in advance through your expectation, you will flow in that direction.
Yeah, you'll find what you're looking for.
You will. Yeah, you will. Well, that was awesome. Thank you, Aisha.
Thank you for having me.
We have cooked up some great magic in Colette's Prosperity Kitchen. If you like this video, like the video. You got to like the video and send it. Yeah, like it, right? Send it to your friends and see if they like it. I think it'll be great. And don't forget to like the page. Leave a comment because we love reading them because you guys say a lot of really great things. Aisha, you have to tell everybody how they can find you.
I would love to. You can find me at The Girlfriend Manifesto on Instagram, Facebook. It's really easy. My website is www.thegirlfriendmanifesto.com.
It's so great. And she's going to teach me how to do Instagram wonky
stories,
things.
Yeah.
Right.
She's going to be on my stories.
I'm going to be on stories.